Well, hey there, listeners. Bigfoot here, reporting live from what I thought was going to be a relaxing soak in the old forest hot springs. You know, steam rising, crickets chirping, Larry the squirrel floating by on a leaf like he's in some kind of woodland spa commercial. But let me tell you something. This relaxing evening turned into a supernatural sauna session faster than you can say ghostly bubble bath. So there I was, letting the mud seep into my fur, feeling like a brand new cryptid. Then whoosh, cold breeze cuts through the steam. Larry says, Bigfoot, is it supposed to get chilly in boiling water? And sure enough, the bubbles start moving all weird-like, shapes twisting under the water. At first, I figured it was a turtle with bad manners. But then, a glowing hand reaches up, right through the steam, and splashes me in the face. I jumped higher than a jackrabbit on espresso. Larry grabbed a pine cone like it was a holy relic. The hand disappeared, but then voices started echoing from the mist. Leave the springs. Real dramatic. I hollered back, buddy, I would leave, but I'm still missing one sandal. Turns out, the hot spring was haunted by ghostly lumberjacks from the 1800s. Yeah, they say they dug the springs and now they protect it from hairy intruders, which, in my defense, seems kind of personal. So I tried reasoning with them. Told the spirits I'd only been using biodegradable shampoo, and that Larry doesn't even take up much space. But they weren't having it. Logs started floating in circles, steam twisted into ghostly faces, and one spirit tossed my towel into a tree. Larry, being the loyal little maniac he is, starts chucking acorns at the fog and yelling, "Go back to your afterlife, you steamy hooligans!" That just made him angrier. The water started boiling harder, like they'd cranked the supernatural thermostat. I didn't think ghosts could get mad about bath time, but there we were, getting steamed by the undead. Finally, I had an idea. I offered him peace, in the form of trail mix. Turns out, even spectral lumberjacks can't resist a handful of chocolate chips and raisins. The steam quieted, the voices faded, and the springs went calm again. Now, every full moon, I leave a little offering by the rocks. Trail mix for the spirits, acorns for Larry, and a towel just in case things get splashy again. Moral of the story? Never underestimate ghosts with good taste. And always bring extra snacks to your spa day. Of course, Larry didn't learn anything. 2 nights later, that nutcase decides we ought to go back. He said, Bigfoot, buddy, maybe the ghosts just want some company. Plus, I left my favorite acorn floating in there. I told him, Larry, you can buy a new acorn. But he insisted, so there we were. Back at the haunted hot spring with a flashlight, 2 mugs of cocoa, and a deep sense of bad decision making. The place was quiet at first. Steam drifting over the water, frogs croaking in the distance. Larry took a sip of cocoa and said, see? No ghosts this time. And that's when the bubbles started again. The temperature dropped, and this time, instead of lumberjacks, we heard laughing. Real low, echoey giggles rolling through the fog. Larry froze mid-sip and whispered, Bigfoot, I think the ghosts found your cocoa recipe funny. Suddenly, the mist swirled up, and 3 ghostly shapes rose out of the spring, looking like they were having a midnight swim. One of them tipped his ghostly hat and said, back again, huh? You bring snacks? I panicked and tossed him a bag of mini marshmallows. They hovered there, holding the bag, staring like I'd just offered them the secret to the afterlife. Then one of them said, perfect, we were just starting a campfire. In the spirit world. Larry and I just stood there while they roasted marshmallows that didn't technically exist, telling jokes about haunting tourists and losing their beards in the afterlife. One ghost even tried to teach Larry a lumberjack song, but Larry's voice cracked so bad the owls started flying away. After a while, things got peaceful. The ghost said they'd decided we weren't so bad, long as we kept the hot springs tidy and didn't use the cheap shampoo again. I agreed immediately. Not about to argue with invisible dudes who can throw towels through trees. When the mist cleared, I looked down and the ghosts were gone. But sitting by the rocks was a bar of soap shaped like a ghost, and a note that said, thanks for the snacks, hairy buddy. So yeah, folks, haunted or not, the forest is full of surprises. You just gotta keep your fur clean, your cocoa warm, and your ghost friends well fed. This is Bigfoot, signing off.
Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.